Welcome back, everybody. It is back to school time. I'm going to switch it up today a little bit. Instead of focusing on the students, this one's all about the adults who are moving in their grown kids to college or apartments or houses this time of year.
Moving is backbreaking work for sure, right? Dr. Thomas Nguyen knows this well, not only because he's a pain specialist, but also because he is the proud dad of 3 girls who has done 12 moves so far, including one this summer. And he has literally got you back today with tips to help get you through. Dr. Nguyen, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about your most recent move-in experience and some of the older ones. The first time you did it, were you really ready for just how demanding it is?
No. I'm a pain specialist, and I think I'm in pretty good shape. But you're never ready for it. We all get caught up in this emotions of the day, and we forget how taxing it can be on our backs.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, it is such an emotional day, especially the first time. I can relate to that. My daughter's now in her 3rd year out west, and moving is not only just here local, but it's like going across the country and all that.
Right.
But I know you've seen a lot of parents struggling physically when you're helping out your young girls. Talk about what kinds of injuries you see and why you think it is so difficult.
Yeah, I've had a lot of moves, so been able to kind of watch other parents move in. Most of the injuries occur with heavy lifting, trying to lift too heavy of boxes, repetitive lifting. There's other smaller injuries such as, sprains and strains on the knees and ankles when you're not seeing where you're walking and you're going up flights of stairs. Those are the major ones.
So the thing that I think about is you're trying to, you've got a balancing act, literally. You're trying to schlep all this stuff. You try to make the least number of trips possible, right? But then should you be managing the weight or the bulk of things? Should you be thinking about the size of the boxes that you're packing in? John was talking about how his daughter is cross country. I know sometimes you ship things out.
Yeah, right.
I think the preparation really begins when you do the pack up, not just the moving itself.
Yes, I agree. So I would probably recommend using small to medium-sized boxes. You just, packing on those big heavy boxes does 2 bad things to you. I mean, first it's the weight. You're carrying too much, and then it obstructs your vision. So when you're carrying, it's hard to see the steps or where you're going. So err on the side of doing a few extra trips, but with lighter weights.
Yeah, they have those, those big containers on wheels. Like, really, you should try your best to to roll it if you can, obviously, right? What kind of operational ideas do you have to try to ease that strain on the back and the body?
Well, there's several different types of moves, right? Later on in their college careers, they're living in apartments, so you're actually moving from apartment to apartment, more furniture. You want to kind of use the dollies if available when you're renting your U-Haul trucks. You want to, some of the things I've learned from my various moves is keep all your clothes on hangers and then just put a plastic bag around them. So that way they stay on the hanger. It's easier to carry. And then when you're at your destination, you just pop it on and take the trash bags off, and voila, your clothes are already hung, and it's easy move for you.
And I think it's important you put up there too, get help.
Yeah.
Like, tell your kids you need to get a couple of your friends as well. It's just
That's
not
right.
on mom and dad to slug all of this stuff
That's
around.
exactly right.
Yes, we've been lucky in that, we've run into roommates that brought their whole family. So it really does take a village to help move in a child into college. So bring all the siblings, see if, your roommates around. Both of my daughters played sports, so they always had their teammates to kind of help them move in into the dorms.
Teammates, sorority,
Yeah,
fraternity,
so much.
all of them.
Right.
Hey, if you're not that active as a parent, and it's downright risky. You got any tips for people who really, they're just not really used to climbing upstairs and carrying things?
Well, you just got to know your limits, right? You get excited, your adrenaline's going, and you're trying to do too much. So take your time. The dorm room is going to be there for the next 9 months. So take your time. Make sure it's going to be in the middle of the summer. So make sure you rest and hydrate. Have friends help. Be careful of the stairs and have a stair system where you're taking breaks in between if it's multiple stairs.
And I appreciate the fact that you're saying that people should And Dr. Nguyen, I appreciate the fact that you're saying people should not take this lightly. You should be stretching. I mean, just like, when you're doing a workout, when you're doing a weight workout, you should be stretching before, you're stretching during, and stretching after. Dr. Nguyen, thank you so much for sharing such important tips with us this morning. We appreciate having you here.
Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. All right, should we take a look at our gorgeous day outside?
Please.
Gorgeous.
So we don't have to think about carrying anything heavy.
Picture perfect.
No weight of the world on us.
That's right. I won't be carrying